And we're back. It's been 2 weeks. First going to head straight to where we left the quartz rock, see if it's still there. See if they've left anything. See if they've taken it. See if there's nothing at all. So, and then I'm going to explore the ridge just above the creek, where I thought I heard last time 3 faint footsteps on top of the ridge there, as if it was something trying to be quiet. Could have been a scrub turkey being loud, but it just seemed a little bit too loud for that. But it was above me, so who knows what we'll get. If we can find something there, because that's where the big trails lead. Check where we find the footprints normally, if there's anything new after all the rain, and then we'll head up that other creek. Let's see what we find. Something's kicked off here running. Just past 2 people, so they could have come up here, but not sure. It's nice. Big fella. So we'll check you out up here. See what we get. This snake's trying to get this frog. Dirty fucker. Trying to come after me. I don't want your meal. Ooh. My heart pumping a bit. They always bloody come after me, these snakes. I had one in my roof. I went up to see how big it was, and that's what fucking came after me. A few weeks later, babies come out. That was just chasing a frog. I don't know if I got that. Sorry for ruining your lunch, mate. Off he goes up there. At least it wasn't a venomous snake. I hope I got that. The frog was literally, I think I saved that frog's life, but ruined that snake's lunch. Sorry, buddy. Okay. I'm not as quiet as I usually am, because if they're the masters of this domain, they know that I'm here. There's no point in being quiet. This is where normally we get footprints. Nothing fresh here. Nothing out of the ordinary. So we'll start heading up. Just check over here quickly. This is the creek where we had the encounter. This was all dry last time, so it's obviously rained a lot. So any fresh prints will be here, if there are any. No, it doesn't seem to be. It's a lot quieter today. I normally say it's pretty quiet in the videos, but even on approach through the main park, there's not really any birds going off. There's a few people in the park, but they're pretty quiet. Come through this creek bed, see if we can catch any footprints, any signs of anything. Just heard a huge rock on a log or something, or rock on another rock way up on a ridge closer to the car park, so it could have been someone or something doing that. A big pop. Not a gunshot, but definitely a rock, or even a loud hand clap. Someone clapping their hands in the car park, throwing big rocks and stuff. Maybe it's just one though. Just keep that in mind for later if anything else happens that could possibly have been a warning, or letting them know that I'm here. Someone's walking down. Singular clap. Up near the park though, so I'm not saying that's anything. See what we encounter. Heading up the creek now, walking through heaps of spider webs, so no one else has been up here today, or lately. Since yesterday at least, spiders do it overnight, alright. Like I said before, I'm not going to try and be quiet anymore, because they know I'm here if they're here. game camera too. So I'm going to set that up on that huge trail that's in the trees back there that goes up to that ridge I want to look at. Set that up and come back in three weeks or so. Let's see what we capture on that. Fuck yeah. All good. You can go fully under. So this is where you can't really get up in the creek anymore. So you've got to cut up here on the right. It's all bushy and closed off by big logs on that corner there. Prick. So, you know, whether this tree snapped off that lantana, I think we saw that last time. Pretty sure that, yeah, that was grown over. So we'll just head up and in. You can see this. It's unusual. It's been there for a while, it's stuck to it. So much bloody lantana here. What the hell is all this? Moth eggs of some sort. It's not hair on it, though. Alright. Get back to you when we head up further. Alright. Here we are. My rock's still there. Alright, let's go have a look. Can't see any scuff marks of anything else being here. Or anyone. Up there's where I heard the supposed footsteps. It just sounded like footsteps. Definitely can't just say it was, but it was strange. There's my rock. Whoa. Still in place. I think that's where I want to head up. See if we can find structures or something. So what we might do is head up this. There's a clear path here. You can see. I can see. So I might head up there. There's nothing under it. I'll leave it there. There's a pretty steep path here. Fucking spiders everywhere. You can see it's pretty worn. Some cracked logs as if something's been walking on it, so we'll head up, see what we get. It's just bloody steep. See, there's a scuff mark here. Something walking there. Disturbed. Could have just been a bit of tree. It's fallen down, but it almost looks like a footprint. Inconclusive though. There's definitely a game trail along here. The kangaroos or something use it. Deer. Whatever else is up in here. Seems to be clear at the top there. We might just cross over and go up to the other creek, back to the creek from here. Bunch of little sticks gathered on the log there, could be anything. It's heaps clearer up here. Is that an odd break or something there? Possibly. Seems to be snapped like that. We might even go up to the top of the ridge there, up here. See what's up there. I've never been in this area before. There's something to climb in this tree. Scratch marks, possum, koala maybe. Stop and have a look around every now and then. See how steep it is. It's pretty bloody steep. You see it goes right up the other side, it's just as steep. Go this way. So we don't get much over here. Find anything. Carol. Excuse me. I'll head to the other creek and head up a bit and see if there's any new breaks and whatnot there. We just had like 2 days of short but pretty gnarly storms come through here, so it's going to be a lot of deadfall and twigs. Or a beetle or something. Where's the sap? It's been snapped off. Probably hit by other big logs. You might even be able to come down that big game trail. This must have been one of the areas they did burning off in. Start heading back down. And if that's fallen and landed in, if that was on a tree. It's not off any of these trees, so look. Yep. It's either fallen, but it's on an angle. I could do that. I reckon that's a fall. I don't think that's been put there. Just from the depth as well. Maybe when it was soft from the rain. Annoying Harleys. Another one? No. It's the other one up there. Sorry, there. One here. No. Could have come off those trees, but here's that game trail. So this is where it comes up to. Because I've been up here before, just to this point. So you can see it comes right up. Wonder where it goes. We might go up there a little bit and have a look and come back down there, and that's where I'm going to set that game camera up, because this is that real worn one that looks like a mountain bike track, but as you can see it's where the water runs as well. It's right up. Ditch and keep going. You can see it's a clear trail. I don't know if the water's doing that. It's pretty soft, so it's, I don't know. This, it's either a fresh print or someone's been walking up here, because that's all worn off. Oh, it's about the size of just under my boot, so it's like the same size of, it's been pushed off, because that rock, how is it sitting in there somehow like that? It almost looks like a footprint, doesn't it? So that's your heel. I think that might be your big toe up there, because it's worn out there, possibly even here, but then this rock was pushed off to down there. That could be a print. Looks like it. It's pretty fresh too. Fresh scuff. Let's see if we can find any others. Could mean that this is a well-used trail. That's why it's so worn, obviously. But another bit of a scuff here, smaller one. Seem to be others. You can see that's from my step there, that darker patch. So that other one can't have been too old. It's definitely a big trail here. Might be worth just looking at this today. It's so worn, unless it's a hiking track. If you recognise this, let me know what you think. If you know that this is a walking track or not. Might head up to the top of this ridge and then we'll come back. Probably a small marker. Old one obviously, but usually broken like that. Something's been here and snap that off. So it's straight up, and to snap it, if anything hit it, it'd land on those trees, right? As you can see, it goes right in and under. So something snapped it and pulled it past there. Unusual. Oh, that strange bush. Sound like that rock clack noise again. Could have been a tree branch hitting this wind. It's only faint, but the same direction over there. Go up a little bit further, just at the top of this ridge. I'm thinking that it's a mountain bike track that isn't used anymore, because the corners are quite burned unless it's just from waterfall. That's what I reckon. And now it's used as a game trail by things. So if it is a walking track or a mountain bike track, someone has snapped this tree out of the way. That's a person that's done that, or something with hands to move it off the trail. As you can see, it's all burned up. I think it's just a really old mountain bike track. Yeah, see, that's what I reckon it is. Seems to be. Oh, odd break. Look at that. It's been peeled off. And then the two bowed trees behind it. Let's get a closer look at that. I don't know why the trees bow like this. Whether they're trails or not. Unusual leaning. There, they've been snapped off and fallen, I reckon, those sticks there. Let's see its bowed. I wonder if that tree's holding it in place from flinging. I'll have a look at that, but look at this. So this has been snapped here. It's snapped off, just sitting on the ground. And then we've got this fresh one. It's been snapped off and facing down in there with all these other sticks. It's weird. It's just weird how they're broken. And this one's fresh, hasn't been snapped. You can see it's been snapped and peeled, but there's no big logs here that have hit it. It's just sitting there by itself on that. So that's weird. That's the weird shit I'm talking about. Like, what's that? I'm almost 6 foot, maybe 6.5, 7 foot there on that spot. Have they been intertwined together? No, it's just bowed and sitting there. Could be in from the fire. And these ones, yeah, they're still sitting there. Normally, this break's so weird though. It's strange. Is it a marker? I don't think we'll ever know. Anyone will ever know, unless you see them doing it. Really, it's been broken. That's been snapped and laid over. It's wedged under this log. Unless this came down and hit this and snapped it off, probably. Fallen like that, rested on the tree? Yeah, I reckon so. Needs to be lots of them for it to really be something, I think. To be able to say that something put it there. Let's get back on this trail. It's beautiful, these grass trees. You can see it still comes up here. It's pretty far. And then it's blocked. Oh no. Yeah, I reckon this is an old mountain bike track, look at that. They jump it. It's just a weird place to have a mountain bike track when the bottom of it that I showed last week is the creek and you are pretty much coming off if you hit down in there. It's as far as we'll go today. This track. Just have a scan around and see if we can see anything unusual. There's two more branches that have been bent down, you can see. There's one under it as well. So either they were in head height way sticking out here, but it's just there. It's just not used, it seems, this track much anymore, so it's just odd that they're broken like that. Unusual. Yeah, that game trail, well, it's an old mountain bike track, downhill track. But so you end up coming down here and then in that. I'm sure some riders can do it, but it's pretty gnarly. So I'm not going to set a game camera here, I'm going to go back to where I had it set the other time and then go a bit deeper in where I heard, near where I heard the tree knocks. I made it for encounter. So we'll go in there, set her up, and then we make our way out after having a little look around. Check my footage, but that was just wedged under in there. Like, pretty wedged, so I had to really move it to get it out. Check my footage and see if it's always been there. Otherwise, how the hell does it wedge there? And you still got these 3 corks. I wonder if someone's left them or not. Go up in here. This is where I'm going to set the camera. It's up in here. It's a new one. In the 4th. I don't know which tree it's broken off there. It's weird. It's so open in here, look at this. I feel like this is more open than last one. Where's that come from? That's new, look at this. It's not itself, but it's wedged in there. How did it fall in there? Where's the tree it came from? Nowhere around here. That's cool. That's literally, so you can see it's had to be bent around and then put in there and wedged in. There's another one on this side. Look. It's not stabbed in or anything, but that's perfectly... How did they get there? Look at that. They're new, 100%. Both facing the same way. Both in forks, wedged. That was fully wedged, and this one's just sitting there perfectly. But where's the tree they came off? I can't see any around here that it should be. Unusual. Be markers. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Right, keep heading back in. I'm gonna set up this game camera. It's falling over with those storms and wind. Get through that. I'll go this way. I'll put the game camera back over. It's pretty open in here, but there is a trail coming through here and one up here, so I might put it down in where these all lead to, which is just before that creek crossing. So we got the wild dog down in the creek last time, but there's a clear worn trail here. Goes right under. This branch used to be sitting up. It's fallen off and stabbed in there. That branch used to be sitting up blocking this game trail. So, I think I'm going to do... It's a really worn trail here. Bloody spiders everywhere. Look at this, cross sections of stuff coming in and out. So what I'm going to do is roll my ankle like I did just then. Oh, look at this, you can see all these tracks. And that one leads down to the creek. So I might chuck it on this tree here. I'm going to be facing in this area, we'll do that. So game camera set up there. So I'll be closing it when I leave so I'm not in the shot heaps. And it looks perfectly at this cross section of game trails. There's like 4 different trails coming into one. And then that leads down to the creek there where we got that supposed thylacine print that Gary Opid said. Well, he didn't say it could have been anything else. The only thing he said it was the thylacine. So you've got still got those weird trees how they're looped over. Maybe it's the Junjidi doing it. Maybe it's just natural. Who knows? Pretty small though for anything to go through. But when people say they see the beings disappear in the bush like it's nothing, like a lot of this you can just, it just parts to the side and you can just go through. So I mean, if you grew up walking through this, you'd know it'd just be second nature to move certain things to go a certain way easily, or in anything. So leave this camera here for 3 weeks, come back in 3 to 4 weeks after Christmas and see what we've got on there. There's something really weird just happened. I just jumped from that rock over to here. You can see where I've landed, and you can also see my boot's not fully wet even on the heel, so I didn't actually go into the water on both boots. But as I landed there, it's like I got splashed heat from behind. You can see I'm just drenched. I don't know how the frick that happened. And there's no sticks around. That's where I've landed. It was like something, maybe there was a snake or something I did see, and it flicked real hard and flicked, I just don't know, but it's fully drenched in one, but my boots aren't even wet, so I wasn't even in the water. So I don't know how the hell I just got splashed, but it was like a big thick splash, but it hit me here. I don't know if a rock was thrown, I didn't hear a plop or anything. That was weird. Really weird. I can't make sense of it. Because I didn't stand in the water to splash myself. My toes aren't wet for it to have like dragged and kicked heaps, like fucking drenched. I don't get it. You can see how far it splashed up here as well. Like splash, splash mark, splash. Splashes everywhere. It's pretty significant, and for it to wet the fuck out of my leg like that. That was weird. We're on our way back out. We set the game camera. Come back in 3 weeks or so, maybe more. Give the area time to be a bit more quiet, especially over Christmas. And see what we get when we come back. Did find some new tree, like, they're not logs, but big stick placements. Wedged, 2 facing the same direction and the bark's not from any of the trees around, so that's very weird. Even some more breaks, possibly old, up on a different trail we found. An old mountain bike trail. So after looking up there, I think I'll stick to the original area where I had the encounter. Seems to be like there's more activity there, more weird stuff, strange bush, and keep on keeping on. Maybe we'll go up above the rock pools beside them next time, explore a bit more there. Thanks for joining me. See you on the next one.